Give me 3 book recommendations.
Don't read books. Next.
Okay. That's shocking.
Do you know what? And again, this goes back to the eyesight thing. Reading the book for me is a long process.
Yes.
Yeah. So while there are great books, I listen to some audiobooks.
Okay.
Star Wars audiobooks.
Audiobooks is still a book, mate.
Yeah. But in terms of actually physically reading it.
Doesn't matter. Most audiobooks you can get in physical form if someone prefers that. So what? Okay. Let me not be a dick and be like, oh, give me an audiobook then. Give me. Maybe that's even a better way to ask the question in future. Give me 3 media sources or media products.
Okay.
I can't think of a better way of describing it, but you know what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That you would recommend for me personally to read. Knowing me to the level that you know me, whether that's a lot, whether that's a little, whatever, however you place it in your mind.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things that you would recommend for me to read, or to view, or to listen to?
Okay, so.
And I was about to just say, don't give me bloody War Rage or whatever the hell that was.
Wage War.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say don't tell me to read the Alex Ferguson autobiography, because that's a cracking read, mate.
Is that the first one? Yeah. Is that the first recommendation?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to say? It, read it. You'll hate every minute, but read it.
Did you talk about Liverpool a lot in there?
Yeah, a little bit. But then Arsenal and all the rest.
Okay,
of it.
cool.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah. What else? I feel like a lot of the stuff I like is very niche almost.
Doesn't matter, mate. I was only joking about the War Rage or the Rage War.
Okay, so I would say, okay, on YouTube, and I love this guy. I think he's great. If you search for Fact Fiend with Carl Smallwood,
right,
the dude's hilarious. Talks like a lot of his YouTube videos are like fact based. He did a podcast for a little while, but the platform he used was shit and whatever else. But a lot of that is probably a lot of it is similar sense of humour to you and me. Okay. So I think you'd get something out of that. And music wise, I feel like I want to give you a music recommendation.
Yeah. Just make sure it's one that I can understand what they're saying.
Yeah. Do you know what, right? And I told you this before, and I think I sent you a link, and I don't know whether you ever watched it.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't, so I'm going to tell you again.
That one.
So Corey Taylor, the lead singer of Slipknot and Stone Sour, did a live acoustic performance back a few years ago in London. It's on YouTube. Just search for Corey Taylor Live London. It's about an hour and a half long. But do you know what? That guy, and the song that he does, some covers, he does some Slipknot stuff, but again, all acoustic, so it's not screaming in the shit that you can't understand. But yeah, do you know what? There are some cover songs in that he does. The first song that he does, touches my soul. Yeah. Other stuff is dude's got a personality. He's funny. But yeah, definitely give it a blast. It's one of those things that journey wise, the sort of songs take you sort of like this, and some of them are sort of upbeat, some of them are a bit melancholy, but it's good. I've listened to it and watched it more times than I can probably care to remember, and it's...
No, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, definitely a recommendation.
All right.
The guy's got a cracking...
And actually, what's funny you say that, because you are the reason why I watched, he done a therapy session. Have you seen it?
Yes, yeah.
You are the only reason I watched it. I don't know how, YouTube, the algorithms or whatever.
Yep.
Only because I know that you like Slipknot.
Yeah.
And I saw that geezer. And you'd sent me that video.
Yeah.
And the name rang a bell.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, I put 2 and 2 together and I ended up watching it. It was proper deep. So it's interesting that then you say, you're kind of almost like saying how important it is. Not almost, you are saying that how important it is for not just exclusively men, but definitely it's an important thing for men to, if they feel that feeling that you kind of have of almost being consumed by life.
Yeah.
To speak about it and not be afraid to. That was something that definitely touch my spirit, touch my heart in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
All right, so okay, that's the recommendations done.
What are the things that you're looking forward to about raising a daughter, and what are the things you're not looking forward to? And I'm talking over the span of like 18 years. Like,
Okay.
let's say till they get to like 18.
Okay. The things I'm looking forward to, in the first instance, I'm gonna probably just give maybe 3 things. Of each,
3 things will do. Yeah,
going through chronologically.
Yeah.
From the moment they're born, I think I want to see. I want to kind of look at how she physically looks, whether I can physically see myself in her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I'm an egomaniac. Maybe it's because all of that sort of all of those things. But I'm so intrigued to find out what parts of her look like me and what parts look like my wife.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. That as she maybe gets a bit older, into where we can actually have conversations.
Yeah.
I've through being with my friends, and I see, especially their children as they get older. I'm looking forward to being able to kind of speak with my daughter and kind of her personality.
Yeah.
Once again, kind of just being
coming out.
Yeah, just coming out and coming out, but. Once again, it's still kind of like, once again, it's all very kind of me thinking, what parts of me is she going to have? What parts of my wife is she going to have?
Yeah.
So it is still very much that. And then as she gets older, like, as we say, older, 17, 18, whatever, I want to be able to see what her goals are, where she wants to take her life.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I was having a conversation with a friend of mine earlier today about that kind of not extinguishing that your child's true self by almost projecting your view of the world on them.
Yeah.
And we spoke for probably, I don't know, an hour at least, and it would have gone on longer, but he had to go to work and I had to come here, and just that is what I'm looking forward to. On the flip side, what I'm not looking forward to in the early stages, I don't know. I could probably maybe say the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
As they get older, maybe the whole discipline side of it.
Yeah.
Kind of setting boundaries and having to stick to those boundaries.
Yeah.
Which I will do, but I wouldn't say something I'm looking forward to having to do.
Yeah. Well, setting boundaries is one thing, having to enforce them is something.
That's really exactly what I'm saying. So enforcing the boundaries that I set are probably not the most. It's probably what I'm not looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
But just in case my daughter listens to this in a few years' time, I will be doing it. And when they get older, obviously it's going to be bloody, I don't know, bloody Tyrone or Steve or Omar or Hussein or whoever this geezer is that's going to come to my front door.
Yeah.
Ideally, come to my front door. That's the best. Tell her that. Best case scenario is they come to my front door and tell me that they want to be in any sort of way intimate with my daughter.
Yeah.
That's ideal situation. I'm not looking forward to that scenario of my daughter wanting to explore that side of life.
Yeah.
Do
you know what? This reminds me, my favourite comedian, and again, another recommendation if you've not seen him, Jim Jeffries. Mm-hmm. Hilarious. He, in one of his stand-up shows, he said that he's had a son, and he's like, when his son was first born, he sort of was like, do you know what, one of my goals and my dreams for my son is that he gets every bit of dick or pussy, whatever he wants, gay or straight, doesn't matter, everything that he desires in that aspect. But never in the history of fathers and daughters has anyone looked at their daughter and goes, I hope you get a lot of cocks through you.
Oh,
like,
mate. Yeah. Yeah,
but you see what I mean?
I do.
It's so two different aspects.
It's so true. Remember you said that anyway. This is gonna. So what I want you to do is, obviously I don't want it to be the bloody what's it called, a monologue from bloody Shakespeare. Yeah. But I definitely would like for you to speak to. Actually, that one might be better. But no, I'm gonna go with my original thought, which is, if you were to speak to your soon-to-be ex-wife, what would you say to her?
What would I say? If I could say anything and probably just say it and it'd be done, like not have to go into like a long in-depth conversation.
Yeah, because she's not here, so
yeah. I would probably say like initially like thank you, like those 8 years of my life, bar the tiny little bit at the end. Great, like could I have asked for more? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Like an amazing woman. Obviously we had our differences and it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. But I'm genuinely from the bottom of my heart pleased that like she's found somebody that wants to be with her and that she's got her daughter. And yeah, that she's managing to do the things in life or have the things in life that she wanted. And I hope that genuinely, like no animosity, no hatred, no nothing, like I still care for her. You don't spend 8 years with your life with somebody and just not care anymore. I genuinely hope that like her life pans out the way she wants it, and that she can at some point, whether she does now or at some point in the future, look back on our relationship and go, do you know what, it wasn't all bad.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
Told you I'm not an arsehole.
Huh?
I told you I'm not an arsehole.
Yeah, only because you take those two things off the table. In every other aspect of your life, you are a delight. All right, let's wrap it up. And what I will say is, beforehand, I would have classed you as a friend, as an ex-work colleague, as somebody who is probably, along with maybe my sister, one of the most difficult people to get to respond to a message. But you're probably top of the list.
Yeah, I'm probably top of the list on something.
You're top of the list on that. But as I said, I will class you as a friend. I'll say after this conversation, I feel like I can upgrade you to brother status. I feel like we do get along very well. I feel like I see a lot of similarities in the way that you. The term I use is I class myself as an oversharer. Yeah. So I might not always feel comfortable starting a vulnerable conversation. Yeah. But once I'm in a conversation, there is nothing off the table, and I will speak about things, and there is always that flow of conversation, I think, between us. Yeah. And we do have a similar sense of humour, even though I think mine's better.
You would do your ego.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But so I definitely class you as a brother. I do appreciate you a whole lot for doing this.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and I appreciate especially even that the help that you have offered in the sense of making me and other men understand your struggles and the ability and the necessity to speak about it.
To the point that I am more than happy and you can put like my Instagram or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like in the thing. If anyone wants to contact me directly and ask me about my experiences or my opinions or whatever else, I'm more than happy to speak to anyone and give them my viewpoint, whether they like it or it helps them out or it doesn't. But if they want that, what is counselling like, or what, even if it's a case of what is it like going to the doctors, how do antidepressants make you feel, a lot of these things, you know, stuff that I didn't know the answer to. How do you feel on antidepressants? Who knew? You only know by taking them. And I feel like I could offer, you know, if anybody wants to reach out or ask anything,
See,
I'm
that's it.
happy to help.
Great resource. Thank you so much for being part of Too Much Information.
Pleasure, mate.
We have to do it again.
Yeah.
And we will kind of
We'll do a little more light-hearted.
Yeah, we'll delve into some more light-hearted topics.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah. Thank you, Dan, man. Appreciate you,
No
man.
worries, man. Cheers.
Big up, man.